All right. So we are back. Took down for me. All right, guys. So the previous video we talked about shampooing and conditioning natural hair after removing a protective style. So she has now been washed, treated, conditioned, leave-in conditioned, and now it's time to press this beautiful hair out after the service. Right? So we're going to go ahead and start the silk press. In this particular silk press, I am going to be utilizing a hot comb as well as a titanium iron. So the hot comb serves the purpose of getting her roots took down for me. So here's the thing when it comes to hot combing, okay? I only hot comb the root area, and that allows me to, well, not me. It's going to allow her press to last just a little bit longer. Why? Because the root area is typically where it reverts first. So that is the reason why I am hot combing her roots instead of just using my titanium iron. Now, this depends on the hair texture. So the reason why I'm using it on hers is because hers is not more, say, so much more rough, but she's not used to silk pressing, so her press will not last as long as the person that is used to it. So I'm using the hot comb to kind of help give her a little bit more longevity as well. So I'm using my H2 Pro titanium iron for now because I have some other things in the works. So you guys stay tuned for that. But for now, I'm using my H2 Pro titanium 1-inch iron. But you can use whatever titanium iron you choose. Some people like babyless, which I have babyless. This was just best for her hair. It really just depends on the hair type. Can you stand? My narrator is horrible. All right, tilt down for me. So whenever you're hot combing, if you're not experienced with hot combing, please don't mess with it. You have to know how to temper your teeth in your comb and to know what heat is good, what heat is not. Some people like to use the electric hot comb. They don't get as hot as the ones that go on the stove, so you work a little bit harder sometimes. No, go to my channel. It's up at the top. Mm-hmm. You gotta watch that first. So all I'm doing is hot combing her about an inch out, and then I'm flat ironing her after that with my thermal iron. She does have heat protectant on her hair, which is our Goddess First Tamer and Shine Serum. And then if you guys have any questions, she's actually going to narrate for me, so you can ask away. And for those of you who join in late, of course, you can always go back and watch the recording itself. So far, we're here. So all I'm doing is hot combing about an inch out. I don't really need to go any farther than that. Now, if her hair was a little more kinky, then you can go all the way through. In her case, I don't need to. I'm only doing the roots. Someone asked a question. I just saw one pop up on my thing. What is that? What did it say?
At what age can you start the silk press?
Okay, so age really depends on you, the parent. Me personally, my girls got what we call semi-silk presses when they were like 6 and 7. but I didn't do it with a hot comb. And all I did was literally give them one pass with the flat iron just to stretch their hair out slightly, but it wasn't to keep their hair straight. So, you know, it depends on you as the parent to your child, but my children did not. They're still not getting silk presses yet. And my oldest is about to go to middle school, so I'm thinking about giving her a press for the first day of school. Still thinking hard.
When are you going to get extra strength serum back in stock?
It's not in stock. I have so much extra strength serum. Okay, so once I cut this live, I'll go and update my stock. I have extra strength in stock, but I think I cut the stock down on purpose because I was afraid to oversell it. So once this video goes off, it'll be in stock. I just have to go on there and update my stock count. But trust me, I have more in stock.
I appreciate the information you have chosen to share. It has helped me tremendously. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Anybody that I can help. That's the reason why I do the videos in the first place, because I feel like people give out bad information. All right, so now we're here. Nope, you're good.
No. Hey, Kayla.
You know you're crazy, but speak up because the people who are recording it, who watch the recording, they can't see the questions.
Okay. Hey, Kayla.
Kayla. Hey, Kayla.
Location?
Altamont.
Altamont Springs. Darlene, do you think I need a trim?
She is getting a trim. She thinks she's not. What? Okay, so what you guys don't know, let me turn her around. Say hello.
Hey.
She's
And
my
thank you.
assistant, by the way. She actually works with me.
Thanks, Kayla.
And when in our downtime, I use her as my model. I didn't do her color, but it's okay.
I did it.
No, I'm just playing. Her color is nice. I didn't do her color, though, but it is nice.
Thank you. It's faded.
And then whenever you're doing the hot comb on the roots, just make sure that you put tension on the hair to pull it out. Some people's hair likes to kind of like roll into their scalp. That's how you burn them. So that's the reason why you want to make sure that you put tension on the hair when you're doing that. And I don't have any product other than the Frizz Tamer and Shine Serum on her hair. On purpose, I don't use curl wax and that kind of stuff. It just kind of burns the hair. I'm basically burning oil in the hair, and that's how you break the bond.
Bonnie says, love your channel. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you, Bonnie. Oh, Connie?
Mm-hmm.
Connie. I'm sorry, I said Bonnie. So we're about 50% done with her press, and then we'll trim her and then style her. And I'll do her hairline last.
What do you think about Dominican salons and how they do their silk presses?
Don't put me on the spot, but let me just really say. Okay, so the question was, what do I think about Dominican salons and their silk presses? I do not have a problem with Dominican salons because to each his own, and they do really good jobs. It just depends on what Dominican salons. So there's cases where some of those salons, because it's their practice, they put things like keratin and relaxer in your hair when they're doing their shampoo service, and they leave some of the product in your hair out. It's going to make the hair silky straight for that moment. 3 months down the road, your hair starts breaking and you don't know why, because that is their practice. Now, that's not all of them, so I don't want anybody coming for my head. Hounds, I don't need the hounds coming, but it's a common practice, and I see it happen more often than none. So that's kind of, I'm not necessarily against the good ones, because there are some great Dominican salons out there, but some don't have the best practice, and some don't have your hair care in mind. So just be mindful of who you go to And I'm kind of big on, if you're doing my hair, please tell me what you're doing. Don't just do stuff.
Toy. Crystal, your hands are a blessing. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. Very relaxing. Harlem NYC need you to pop up.
Thank you. I actually did a pop up in Brooklyn the beginning of June. I'm sorry I missed you, but I was there. I'll be back soon.
Kayla, what deep conditioner do you recommend using on natural hair?
So Kayla's question is, what deep conditioner do I recommend using on natural hair? It depends on the problem. So if you are having an issue with shedding, then you need to do a strengthening treatment. If you're having an issue with moisture, then you need to do a moisturizing treatment. But before you do any of those two, you need to know the porosity of your hair. So I highly recommend looking up how to do a porosity test. It's very easy, and that will tell you what your hair is missing or what your hair typically needs based on its porosity and in your hair type and hair texture.
You talk about breaking the bond of a hair. What does that mean?
So the hair is made up of bonds. Everything that we do, just like in chemistry, we have bonds. So the bond is the actual strand, the shaft. Like there's bonds in there, just like you have genetics, that kind of thing. So the bond itself is typically your elasticity, right? I'm going to try to explain it in the most basic form. So when you're natural, your hair's elasticity is like this. It's like a rubber band. Those are bonds that allow the hair to do that, right? So when you break the bond, you can break the bond with heat. You can break it with product. Product meaning relaxer. Relaxer is made to do what? Break the chemical bonds in the hair to make it go straight versus leaving them intact and the hair stays curly, right? So when you break the bond, you're using something like excessive heat or a chemical. And excessive heat is typically the easiest way for natural hair to not revert. When it doesn't revert, the bond is broken. So that bond has snapped and you've now told it to do something else. And the only way to get that hair to revert back is to grow it out. You have to grow in that new hair. So that means that you can't repair that bond. You can't get the hair to revert back after you break it and it goes straight. I hope that kind of answered your question. I know what I'm trying to say, but I might be confusing a little bit.
Afghan will travel 39. I ordered oils. Your oils for my hair.
Thank you. Was it Afghan?
Afghan will travel 39.
Thank you, Afghan, for your support in ordering my products. I really appreciate it. I put tons of time and effort into making sure these products are right. And they are doing people right.
Darlene, hello. I love your channel. Just joined. New subscriber. Yes.
Thank you, Darlene. So for those of you who are new to my channel, most of my videos now are recorded live on purpose. I'm like a raw and authentic kind of person. All the extra editing, I can't deal with it.
Afghan will travel said, I know it will work. I had a bad relaxer. And Toy said, thank you. And a Google user wants to know steps on maintaining silk presses at home. Do you recommend re-straightening the hair?
Okay, so someone asks, what are the steps to maintain a silk press after you get it done at home? Number one, your first line of defense is making sure that you wrap your hair and you are utilizing the right tools. So here's where the confusion comes. We are taught that utilizing satin and silk is the best way to keep moisture in our hair. But when you are natural and you get a silk press, the worst thing you can do is put something on the hair to keep moisture in the hair. The hair is going to revert. So what happens is instead of using satin or silk, use cotton. Cotton is drying. It dries the hair. And with a silk press on natural hair, you want to keep that hair dry. It's not going to hurt you to do that for a week. Okay, so definitely make sure that you're utilizing cotton or even a stocking cap like polyester, that kind of stuff. Those are great for keeping the hair straight and dry. And then in the interim, once that hair starts to revert, please do not straighten it again. It's dirty hair. It's reverting on purpose, and that's what it's supposed to do. Re-straightening your hair when it's dirty is the worst thing you could do, because now you're basically burning oils and dirt into the hair. Okay.
I said I'm a tough cookie.
I see.
Making me feel.
Can you see the questions like that?
Well, maybe not.
There you go.
Anyway. After a bad relaxer, how long before re-perming, re-perm using the oils?
Repair. Okay, I got you. Okay, so here's the thing. When you get a bad relaxer, depending on what you mean by bad relaxer. So the question is, after getting a bad relaxer, wait, let me make sure I said this right. After getting a bad relaxer,
How long
before repair by using our serum? And it's not oil, it's a serum. Okay, so here's the thing. After a bad relaxer, depending on what you call a bad relaxer, there typically is no line of repair. That hair still has to grow out and that new hair has to come in. Bad relaxer means over processing to me. So if that hair is over processed, the only thing you can do is maintain it and trim it away slowly. Okay? So if that's what you're doing or trying to do, the serum is really going to be what's going to help keep that hair intact until you get to the point of trimming and trimming it away slowly as it grows out. And that hair is going to also help, well, the serum is going to help repair or maintain that hair that's coming out, not the hair that's already over processed. Unfortunately, when you over process your hair, there is really no repair for that. That hair eventually is going to have to get cut off. This is why it's real important when it comes to relaxers that you go to the right place. And at-home relaxers, I'm not against, but I don't recommend doing them because sometimes you think that, oh, okay, I want it to be straight, and you're really burning your hair out.
What's your take on Texlax?
I Texlax. I actually love Texlaxing. I use my Goddess Repair Serum and Texlax my own hair in between the time. I Texlax the top part of my head. So Texlaxing, there's nothing wrong with it, but keep in mind, Texlaxing is still a relaxer. So eventually you're going to overlap. So be careful. And for those who don't know what Texlaxing is, texture laxing means adding oil to your relaxer system before you do it. Alright, we're almost done, and then I'm going to trim. I'm probably going to throw a damn haircut because this thing here, you can tell she hasn't touched it.
I whip my pineapple a lot.
So far, all we've done is silk her out. So far. Oh, I forgot you had the phone. Forgot she's being my narrator.
How long should you keep in a protective style, braids, etc., without damaging hair instead of maintaining?
It depends on your hair. So for me, my cutoff point is 2 weeks because I have fine textured hair and it mats really easy and I lose more than I gain. For some, it can be 3 to 4 weeks, but I definitely don't go over 6 to 8 weeks with any protective style.
Hey Erica, I'm glad you love it. She's like, I got my hair done today and love it. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Erica. Erica came to me. Is that? I think she came from Tampa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Erica came from Tampa.
You had a good wash too, girl.
Not the fact that she thinks she's just the best wash ever. So, okay.
Aw, thank you. We're glad you enjoyed. Come back. More hair.
You're so funny. I'm gonna stop letting her narrate for me.
I'm supposed to be quiet, right? And over be question. All right, cool. Do you recommend using titanium flat irons or natural hair?
Only when silking. So the question is, do I recommend using titanium irons on the hair? on natural hair specifically. Only when you are silking your hair out. I don't use that to style unless absolutely necessary.
Have None Will Travel said hair was weak because I was coming out of protective styles and wearing wigs. Tripecia, I believe.
Traction alopecia.
Yeah, Tripecia, I believe you call it. CC3J, what is your location?
I'm in Altamont Springs. So the question is, what is my location? I am in Altamont Springs, which is Orlando. Orlando's not that big.
How do we order your hair supplies? I'm new to this.
All of my products can be found by going to Elite Hair Care USA. So the question was, how do you order my hair products? My name on the internet is exactly the same as my YouTube name. It is Elite Hair Care USA. And I also put it in the description box after recording this video because I am doing it live. But if you're watching after the fact, everything is down in the description box.
What products do you use to make curls pop and stay elongated?
I actually got this question earlier today. So it depends on the person. That's number one. Number two, I like the natural way. I tried the flaxseed on a client once before. It was really nice, actually. I like the flaxseed gel, but it doesn't last long in regards to lifespan. So you kind of have to just play with it and see what works best for you. Or you can do a very heavy conditioning mask and use a little bit of oil with it. And that should last you throughout the day. But you still have to rinse that out.
I've been natural for about 3 years now, and I have one spot on my hair that does not curl like the rest of my hair. What can I do for that?
It sounds like you got that from Protective Styles. If you did, that area probably needs to grow out. That means the bond's probably broken or about to break. Usually that only happens where your leave out is.
Like my middle. You're welcome, Teresa.
Oh, you're welcome, babe. Can you speak?
Sorry. Oh, you want me to read it?
Yes, I'll have to repeat the question. She's horrible. I'm just playing.
It's my first YouTube together.
She's my assistant. I wasn't even subscribed to my channel. Okay? Horrible people. Alright, so we are done with the... Huh?
Oh. Assistant gotta be slash caregiver.
Oh. Okay, so we're going to give her a trim-ish. Cut-ish kind of stuff.
How do you take care of gray natural hair?
It's the same as you would with natural colored hair. The only difference with gray natural hair is sometimes your hair will yellow, so you want to make sure you're using a purple or blue based shampoo to help keep the hair gray or white and not yellow. And the hair also will turn yellow from the sun, so keep that in mind too.
How often should naturals visit salons to get special treatments other than regular washes at home?
If it's in your budget, every 3 weeks max. If it's not in your budget, then at least once every quarter so you can get it trimmed and treated.
Thank you for caring about our overall health for hair.
Oh, thank you. You guys watch me. That's what gives me life to even come on here. And I can talk to myself all day, so that's fine.
I don't prefer protective styles, so what else could it be? This is Sharon.
What was her question before that?
The one that says I've been natural for 3 years now, and I have the one spot that doesn't curl like the rest. So she's saying I don't do protective styles, so what else could it be? What would be the reason why the rest of the hair doesn't curl like that?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you, Sharon, unless I actually knew what was going on, because it sounds like at some point or another, something happened to that area. Regardless if it was a protective style or not, something went on in that area of your head. That typically doesn't just happen. Something happened to that area.
What good shampoo with purple base? What's a good shampoo?
So I'm a Pravana educator, but I am also a Pravana girl at heart. I've been using their line for quite some time for my hair color. They have one called Perfect Blonde. Exactly how it said. Perfect Blonde. It is a violet-based shampoo. That shampoo is really, really good. We call it a one-hit wonder or one-wash wonder. But here's the thing now. Do not leave it on the hair too long. The most you want to leave it on when you're doing your regular wash is like a minute max, because it can also turn the hair violet if you leave it on too long. You're only using it to diminish that yellow tint if you have any. Only use it when you see the yellow coming in, or if you want to keep your gray or white, gray/white.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm watching from the Bahamas.
Hey, Bahamas.
Hello, beautiful. Me too. Thank you. Hello, beautiful ladies. You are amazing. You are an amazing stylist. Thank you so much for sharing your live videos.
Oh, thanks for watching.
Somebody else said thank you. Heart emoji. Well, happy face.
So we're almost done with her trim. And then if you watch the previous video, I did talk about all the products that I use on her hair for the wash, condition, pre-cleanse, everything. And you get a free recipe in there on how to do a pre-cleanse. All right, so we're going to style her really quick. Tilt down for me. Spray a little bit of gloss. And then we'll use a little bit of our Sebastian Shaper Plus. Everybody asks me what is Sebastian, what is the spray? It's Sebastian. It looks just like that. Shaper Plus. Not the Sebastian Shaper. It needs to be Shaper Plus. The Shaper does not hold as well.
Do you ever come do you ever come out to Louisiana?
Not yet. The only place that I've done pop-ups so far is New York. So not from Mama.
Have you ever used Vontae products?
No, I have not. I'm real simple with products. I don't dibble in a lot of lines. I'm very comfortable with my Amazonis and my Cara Cares and my own stuff. I kind of stay around those areas. I don't really have a lot outside of Pravana, Bronner Brothers. Those are like my 4 main products or go-tos outside of my own.
Steps on preparing hair for protective styles.
If you know your hair is going to be up for more than 2 weeks, then I definitely recommend getting some type of strengthening treatment before you do it, like right before. Making sure that your hair is trimmed and in a healthy state. Don't go and do a protective style and your hair is already jacked up. It's going to end very bad and probably be even more jacked up when you're done. And then just make sure that you're taking care of your hair while it's in the protective style. Nothing too tight. Like, it's just basic. And then make sure however long you have that protective style in, you need to pay your hair the same respect and leave it out and let it oxygenate and really just fill out for the same amount of time. Did I say oxygenate? Is that a word?
Yeah.
Oxygenate? If it's not, somebody fix the word. It'll be fine. I don't know. Oxidize. No, oxidize is not the word either. Oxidize is not the word either. Okay, we'll figure it out.
Let's see.
Yeah, Google it. Let's ask Siri if oxygenate is a word. I feel like
I think that is a word.
I feel like it is. Or is it oxidize? No, when something oxidizes, it begins to mix together.
Supply.
Hey, thank you, nurse.
Okay, oxygenated.
Said, yes, I'm a
It
nurse.
is oxygenated.
Oxygenate.
Okay,
Oxygenate
glad.
blood.
Come on, nurse.
You know, this girl's like a Google platform over here.
The name is Google user. Thanks. Come on, Nurse Google.
Yes, girl. You know, you don't want to use the wrong words. The hounds will come for you on here. Oh, that's not the right word. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Hell.
You can't make a mistake.
Because I'm not human, you know. I actually have a PhD in hair. You know, I should not be doing that.
Girl, I'm gonna tell you what they just said to me. Why they this all wrong word? Crazy.
This is that?
No,
Oh, the park. Let's wait till you're done. All right, so we're almost done. I'm actually not going to give her too much layering and all that good stuff.
Thank you.
Because I know who I'm dealing with here.
Thank you. So shit.
But I'll give her just a slight, you know, just a slight.
When are you coming to Chicago?
I'm from Chicago, and I have not figured it out yet. Could you believe I was born in Evanston, and I have never done hair in Chicago? But I'll be there soon. Everyone keeps telling me to go to Chicago. You can't do hair and not go where you're from, I guess. Chicago's boring.
What's some other places I want you to travel? Where's some other places?
LA. I am definitely gonna do Chicago, Philly, Atlanta, and one of those major cities in Texas.
Houston, probably.
Yeah, either Houston or Dallas. It'll of course be one of the two.
She said come to Austin.
See, I don't really hear anything about Austin. That's like Corpus Christi. I have friends in Corpus Christi from Pavana, and I'm just like not enthused.
When are you coming to LA?
I haven't gotten any dates for my tour yet, so I don't know. Not just yet. It'll probably be sometime the end of the year. All right, so we're almost done.
I've been waiting for you to come to Chicago.
My family's still there and everything, and I just won't go. But I'm gonna get there.
You mentioned Texas. Where and when?
I don't have any dates yet. I was just throwing out places that I will be going to. But if it's Texas, I know Houston and Dallas are like hours and hours apart, so I might do both and just call it a day. But you guys will know. I'll definitely put it up on my YouTube channel so you guys will know all my dates.
When you come to LA, how can you get to do my hair?
I'll let you guys know. I don't know. I don't know yet. I do not know yet.
Virginia.
I don't know yet. Okay, guys, so let me just say real quick. I don't have dates. I don't know when I'm going anywhere. LA, I'm actually going to be there in October, but that is actually for education for Pravana. So I can't work that weekend because I'm not allowed to. But I'll make dates and everybody will know. But for you to get those dates, you definitely have to be following me on Instagram. That's where I'm actually going to post all of that stuff anyway. So my Instagram handle is Elite Hair Care USA, just like my YouTube. That's where you'll get information on sales, pros. Everything is always on my Instagram. I'm just really getting into YouTube like that. So you guys have to bear with me.
I just nicknamed this Google user Nurse Google. So Nurse Google said, come on, slide through Atlanta.
You know I'm scared to go to Atlanta. Could you believe it? I'm scared to go to Atlanta. I feel like I'm outnumbered. Like there's like billions of people that do hair. Like what are you missing?
Wigs, weaves.
Is it that? Is it okay? That's why I haven't been. I could have been went to Atlanta. I'll pass by Atlanta and go to New York. All right, so we are done. Let's see how this bad baby turned out with her trim.
I just purchased some of your products. Very excited about trying them.
Nice. Thank you.
It sounded Jamaican at the end. Team them.
So do what?
Team them. Very excited about team them.
The ting them.
The
That's
ting
she said. She's excited. She said she's excited about the
The
ting
team
them.
them. Gotcha.
No, not ting them.
Team
them.
them.
Lord, we're gonna put you in another class. It's okay. I know what you said, baby. It's okay. Thank you. She's not, this is why, okay? This is why we leave her at Disney, okay? Because she's food. She's into that stuff.
Everybody doing fake hair, not real hair, taking out folk edges. Your gift will make room for you to go do your thing in Atlanta. LOL.
I've just always been intimidated by Atlanta. I don't know, like all these miracle workers of girl, she has not worn her hair in 18 years, and the little comb over styles that they like to do and stuff there. That kind of intimidates me a lot.
Wow, beautiful hair. Thank you.
All right, so she's all done. All nice and soaked. She's soaked, y'all. And then remember how I said for you to get feathering? Okay, so if her hair is down like this, I'm going to do this really, really quick. This is how you get feathers, okay? You take your wide tooth comb, this side, and you comb back, okay? And then you push forward. That's how you get feathers. And then you kind of pull. That's it. It's not rocket science. It's real easy. But the hair has to have a good bend to it. So don't make your hair very straight and then expect feathers. That don't really happen like that.
Love it. Amazing. Very nice job.
Thank
Beautiful.
you. All right, people.
Look at these adjectives.
So I promise I won't have read your messages anymore.
This is fun. Make sure you guys
Recommend a good flat iron. Right now I'm using H2 Pro, but I'll have my flat irons out really soon. But for now I do use H2 Pro. They have really good irons.
comment if you want me to continue to be the commentator, okay? Thumbs up for Ashley.
So you know, y'all. Anyway, no, but thank you guys for watching. I have to get back to work, so that'll be my last live for today. Somebody said I sound like their law professor telling people it's not rocket science. Okay, people, I have to go. I really, really enjoy you guys being on my lives. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, the Independence Day sale is going on right now. It ends tonight at midnight for you to get all of my products that I mentioned up to 40% off.
She said more here. See?
Bye, girl. You're welcome, Cassandra. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.